Hey guys, welcome. We are doing the reading from January 14th. I almost said June. No thanks. We don't want June here in Texas yet. We're not ready. We'll take this cold weather. January 14th was Genesis 37 through 39. Also, it was 1 Chronicles 2, 3 through 6, and 2, 8. I forgot to mention that yesterday. So sorry. Just do a quick read. It'll take you 10.5 seconds. So we get to start hearing the story of Joseph, and I love Joseph. Joseph, I hope y'all come to love him as much as I do. He was the man, but who was not the man? Judah. Judah was not the man, and we get to hear a little bit about him. So here we're starting with Joseph being Jacob's favored son. Like, you're my favorite. Yikes, that never ends well. And also Joseph sharing his God-given dreams with his brothers, which those dreams consisted of, hey guys, you're gonna bow down and I will rule over you. And yeah, he was 17. I don't know what his motivations were. I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say it was just, innocence. He didn't really know, but who knows? But anyway, both these guys seem to not be aware of the effect of feelings. Jacob, so often actions come out of feelings, right? And Jacob has these feelings of loving Joseph more and acts out of that, which makes the brothers hate Joseph. And Joseph shares his dreams with these guys. Almost, does he know the way it's going to affect their feelings? And then they take action against Joseph. And it just made me go, okay, we have to be aware of our feelings. Feelings are not bad. They're just great indicators to what's going on inside and where we might move next. So we need to pay attention to them. We don't want our feelings driving our life train, right? We want faith driving, actions following, and then our feelings coming up in the caboose. We don't want to flip that and be driven by feelings because, yikes. Because let me just tell you, one day I think my husband's awesome, and the next day, feelings just aren't reliable. Okay, and then, and maybe not share your dreams with everybody. Maybe not. Maybe just share them with the people who are trustworthy with the things of your heart and won't stumble over it. All right, then we see that Joseph heads up under his father's direction and meets his brothers, who of course hate him, throw him into a cistern, which was basically a waterproof huge well. It could be, 2 to 3 feet at the opening, but then down to 15 to 20 feet, maybe more deep. They threw him down in there, and they were like, we'll just let him die. And then Judah was all, no, let's just sell him to the Ishmaelites because, that's so much more gracious. So they sell him into slave traders, and then Judah's like, let's cover it up. And he has this moment of, okay, we're gonna cover this up, tell dad he died, and we see the deception downline continuing. Abraham was deceptive, then Isaac with both their wives, and then Jacob, of course, and now we're seeing it in Judah. It's just a huge deception. So, it just continues. And so we want to be the ones who break, again, those generational sins. We need to go, okay, God, where am I falling into patterns that you are meaning to break in my life? And then work with him as he tries to do that. Then, of course, we read the story of Judah and Tamar. And the only thing I want to focus on here is that Judah and Tamar had Perez, which, by the way, he had a red cord on his wrist at birth. They have Perez, and part of Perez's family line is King David, and then we also know that Christ comes from that, the one who would shed his blood for our sins. So I don't know, I just kind of think that's kind of cool that the kid had a red cord, and then Jesus shed his blood, and despite Judah's rebellion, God preserved him in the family line. Again, grace and mercy. And then we see Joseph in Potiphar's house, and God is with Joseph, and everything Joseph does prospers. Potiphar sees that, so he's put in charge, but then he's falsely accused and thrown into prison. And here's what I think is cool about Joseph, and we'll see more of it tomorrow, is he continues to have faith. He continues to have integrity, even when he's successful, and then when he's thrown into prison, he continues to have faith. And so I want to be here Joseph is a blessing to everyone, right? And I want to be like that. I'm praying that I am a well of life to the people around me. He remains faithful and he remains believing. And then there's always this bigger picture, which we will read more about tomorrow. It's awesome. And so, which is actually today. There's always a bigger picture. And so we got to stick with God like we talked about yesterday and wait for what he's doing. Okay. That's today. Tomorrow, actually today's reading is January 15th, and that is Genesis 40 and 41, just 2 chapters. So I will see y'all tomorrow.